And you're listening to A Daily Dose of Hope, healthy stuff so you can keep on trucking with Hope Savara and Chrome and Steel Radio.
Hello, hello, hello. Hope Savara here with your Daily Dose of Hope. I hope you're having a fabulous day. That was a lot of hope in that saying, but hey, we could all use a little bit more hope in our life, right? Today's show is all about yoga. I know for some of you, you have been waiting for me to talk more specifically about yoga. So I thought, let's kick off the new year giving you some reasons to get to your yoga mat. So maybe you're new to yoga. Maybe you have been away from your yoga mat in a long time. Maybe you don't own a yoga mat, don't want to own a yoga mat, but you know yoga is good for you and have no idea where to start. Whatever it is, your reason, whatever it is, your motives, wherever it is that you're starting from, yoga is for everybody. And I just want you to hear that again. Yoga truly is for everybody. And I know that media and social media do a wonderful job of helping you to feel like unless you can stand on your head or wear very revealing clothing, or you're a woman, that then and only then can you do yoga. But please know that is not the case. That is a very small percentage of what yoga is, and that is definitely not the depths of how yoga it can actually help you. So for those of you that don't know a lot about me, again, my name is Hope Savara. I have been practicing and teaching yoga for about 20 years, and yoga saved my life. Yoga found me at a time in my life where I was rock bottom with an eating disorder, a very severe eating disorder. I had anxiety, depression, and was in a really, really, really bad place in my life. And yoga brought me out of it. I can't explain it. I am not able to give you the I did this, and this in order for yoga to work. But what I did do is I surrendered to yoga. I stepped onto my yoga mat because I felt like, what else do I have to lose? I'm already, messing up my life pretty well. I'm already struggling. I'm already barely staying afloat. Like, what else do I have to lose? And after that first yoga class, I was hooked. I realized that yoga plays a huge role in getting the mind quiet, and that was something I desperately needed. I was struggling with an eating disorder. If anyone has anxiety, you know that the wheels in your head never stop turning and analyzing your life of what you did and what you should be doing, and kind of keeps you out of the present. And that's what yoga does for you. It keeps you in the present. Sure, there's these poses and postures that seem contortionist at times, or you're like, I can't touch my toes, or I'm fat, or I'm too old, or whatever it is. Those are all excuses, you guys, okay? Those are all excuses that your ego gives you, that your humanistic self gives you. Sorry about that. Let me turn off my phone here. To not do something better for yourself. That was one of the reasons why I created Mother Trucker Yoga with my partner, Phil, because there's no reason why truckers can't do yoga. I don't care how much of a, Southern boy you are, or how rough you are, or whatever it is, like yoga can help you. Yoga can help you, but you just have to be open to it. So I thought today, let's start out by giving you some reasons, some benefits as to why you should practice yoga. Like, tell me why. Give me the goods as to how it is yoga can actually help me. Like, don't just tell me yoga is good for me. Doctors right and left are recommending yoga. And in some future episodes, we'll talk about the differences between the types of yoga, and we'll talk about some things that you guys can do in the immediate. But first, let's talk about the benefits of yoga. Number one, it's low impact. Okay, so for those of you that are older, for those of you that have knee issues, back issues, you don't have cartilage in whatever joint, or you're just concerned about preserving the integrity of your body, I did a lot of snowboarding when I was younger and did not treat my body so well, landing jumps. I maybe wasn't as willing to learn always technique right away, and I wish I would have. My knees would have been a lot better. And so low impact. That means we're not jumping all over the place. Yoga is done with bare feet. So that means you can work up to building up a better, robust foot, which is always great. But who doesn't love no impact? All right, stress relief. Raise your hand if you need to do a little stress reduction, if you need to add a little stress relief to your life. And I think pretty much everybody right now is raising their hand. If you're watching on Facebook, if you are listening on YouTube, in the comment section, let me know, do you need some stress relief in your life? Here's the thing, you guys. Yoga is available to you. I am telling you this because I love you. Stop with the BS. There is things available to you. A lot of it is free. I have a YouTube page, Hope Savara, with free YouTube videos. Mother Trucker Yoga and HopeSavara.com have guided audio meditations. Like, there is no reason for you to be feeling stressed. I got your back, okay? I've got your back. And from someone that has been there, why do you think I created these things? Okay, so yoga can help with stress relief. I don't care what you're stressed out about. Yoga can help you with that. How? It helps you get out of the busyness. It helps you stop stressing about the future, what hasn't yet happened, and analyzing the past, what you can't change. And truly, you guys, listen to me. Truly, I didn't quite understand this in my earlier years of yoga. If you manage to get yourself to stay present right now, in this very moment, it is pretty stress-free. It's the second, that was a bad snap. The second you start thinking about what's not happened yet and start analyzing what you did yesterday, last year, 5 years ago, 5 seconds ago, that takes you out of the bliss of this moment. Yoga helps you achieve that and continue to achieve that outside the yoga mat. Pretty sweet, right? Okay, number 3, increases concentration. Hey, now, who doesn't need a little bit better focus? I have recognized in my life that in today's culture, companies, social media, the media itself, they don't want you focusing on the moment. They don't want you in whatever it is that you're doing. They want you turning pages and scrolling and keeping that anxiety flaring high, because then you feed into all of that BS. Then you buy crap that you don't need. And if we can improve our concentration and focus, okay, we can start to weed out all of the junk and crap in our lives and have a lot more meaningful relationships with people that are important in our life. We can start to actually complete things. Oh my gosh, raise your hand right here. You can see mine is up if you're watching this on video. Oh my, I am the queen, or I was the queen, I'm getting much better, of not completing stuff. You have no idea how many projects, like really good projects, that I had half done. And these are like really great things. And all of a sudden I'd be like, hey, I started that just like that like 3 years ago. Oh yeah, I didn't finish that. And then someone would zoom by me with it. And my problem was I wasn't focused enough. I wasn't concentrating. I wasn't able to follow through. And yoga really helped me fine tune that so that I could also work through my anxiety of uncomfortableness that I would get when I was starting to do things that I didn't know what I was doing, or I would get beyond that like threshold of why I kept quitting on things or stopped doing things. And it was my comfort level, it was my anxiety. So yoga helped me work through that. So that kind of ties into the ability to focus and concentrate. Okay, number 1, 2, 3, 4, motivation. One of the things that I have learned is you can inspire people, but you can't necessarily motivate people. And you can inspire people to get motivated, but not necessarily motivate them. And I know that sounds kind of weird. And I realize this because motivation comes within. It's a drive that has to come from within. And if you can inspire people to see the light, you are going to find that motivation. And yoga does that for you. Yoga motivates you to keep going even when you maybe feel like you want to quit. That's what the great thing about group classes is, or doing a video rather than just kind of doing random poses at home, is because it's like, ooh, I got to finish that video. Like somehow I know you're not going to finish the video, which I do actually. But that's the great thing about going to a group class, is that I've only on one hand in how many years had someone actually in mid-class roll up their mat and walk out of the room early. And I knew it was because they weren't ready, and that's totally okay. But get inspired, to get motivated, to follow through. Yoga can help you with that. Okay, number 5, decreased pain. How many of you, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, drop number 5 in the comment section, since we're talking about number 5. If you have or currently are experiencing pain in your physical body. One of the things that I appreciate about yoga is that it helps you stay with the sensations that you're feeling, and also helps you to start to understand the relationship with those sensations. I often guide my students in class that a lot of times when it's an uncomfortable sensation or it's something we're not familiar with, we call it pain. Just because it's different, just because we mentally and emotionally feel uncomfortable, we're like, ooh, it's pain. And so we put up this blocker towards anything new. And if we, in a safe place, I call yoga the incubator for your everyday life, if we can start to move through those sensations and start to actually differentiate between what is actual pain, like the alarm system going, hey man, listen up. And some of us are desensitized to that, and yoga can help resensitize you, because we slow down. We're not just like blaring the music loud so you can't feel and focus. We're like, hey, really tune in and listen. You can start to decrease pain. You can start to decode your relationship with pain and what is actual real pain and what isn't. And it is a very freeing feeling. For me, a lot of my anxiety, I didn't realize I was holding tension in my body. And when I started to be able to peel away the difference between emotional pain and physical pain, that was a huge turning point for me in my life. And I have an inkling, and this is not directed at anybody. This is not a scientific study or fact, so please do not come after me with that, okay? This is not endorsed by Chroma Steel Radio or anybody. I have an inkling that for many of us, we are in a lot more mental and emotional pain than we actually are physical. And when you step on the yoga mat, you have to face that. And that is a very freeing experience if you allow yourself to go through that. And I would love nothing more than to assist you with that. If you're a truck driver or someone that is stationary in a small space, check out mothertruckeryoga.com and you can join me monthly, or check out hopesavara.com and you can practice with me every single month in the comfort of your own home in my online studio. That was my plug, guys. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. Number 6, better balance, better stability. Please, 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 please stop using the I am old response as to why you can't balance and tie your shoe, or why you feel unsteady. Okay, here's the reality. You have not moved for a very long time. You stopped doing things that are vital to your body's balance and mobility, and as a result, now cannot balance and aren't very stable. Okay, now obviously you could have fallen and broken your pelvis or broken both legs, or my partner Phil with Mother Trucker Yoga 5 years ago, he woke up and was paralyzed from the waist down, so he had to relearn to walk. Okay, but my point is, we are a reflection of how we interact in our environment. And unfortunately, our lifestyles in modern America do not exactly encourage mobility on a daily basis, okay? So you have to make an extra effort to be more mobile. So when I have students that come into my classes And yeah, guess what? We're squatting. We're folding forward. We're reaching, we're bending, we're lunging, we're down dogging, we're up dogging. We're doing all these things. These are not fancy moves. These are not advanced moves. This is not rocket science. But my point is, if you want to increase stability, if you want to increase balance, you have to do those things more, okay? A lot of times students will ask me after class, like, how can I get better at balancing in tree pose? Well, start balancing more in tree pose. There is no magic formula or elixir. You have to start moving more. You have to start challenging yourself more in your everyday life to balance more. And the great thing about adapting a yoga practice or adopting a yoga practice to your daily life, I don't care if it's once a week. That's how I started, okay? I started going once a week, and that's it, an hour class, and it transformed my life. What you will start to recognize is you unconsciously and subconsciously start learning techniques, start learning ways of movement, and you start adapting them unconsciously into your everyday life. How cool is that? You start challenging yourself more of, I'm going to try to put on my shoe and only touch the wall. I'm going to try to, walk over this sidewalk while carrying my bag. I don't know, whatever it is that you are going to do in your everyday life, you're going to start bringing it off the mat. Because my point is, yoga is not just about your once a week practice. It's about learning how to live a higher quality life in an incubator and start pulling it out into your life. I'm all about quality. I'm all about high quality in my life. If I'm not getting high quality out of something, it's not serving me so that I can go out and serve my students and the people around me at the best of my ability, I'm probably not going to do it. And that's why I love yoga so much. So if you want to increase balance, you want to increase stability, you want to stop using the I'm old card, because that's BS. I have students that are encroaching on 85 years old in my regular classes, not senior classes. Okay, it's okay to try senior yoga though. Please don't be discouraged. Or chair yoga even, you guys. Chair yoga is the bomb. Please know you can go the opposite way, but you have to be dedicated. You have to be willing to adapt it to your lifestyle, and you can't quit. You can't quit on yourself. But yoga can help with balance and stability. Okay, next one. What are we on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. I don't have these listed, guys. Sorry, labeled. Better movement patterns. This kind of goes with the one previously, the rant that I got off on, guys. Sorry, I tend to, when no one's there to talk back to me. Better movement patterns. Here's 3 things that you need to be able to do to age healthy. You need to write these down, okay? Write these down. I'll give you like 5 seconds here to grab a pen. Do 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 do. Okay, so you got a pen. 3 things that you need to be able to do that you can gauge how you're aging in a healthy way, and you can gauge your mobility on a daily scale. You need to be able to squat. So how well can you squat down? Can you squat at all? And don't give me that my body doesn't squat stuff. Because when you were 2 and 3 and 4, maybe even 5, maybe even 12, you could squat. So you are a what's the word I'm looking for? You are a result. You are a product of your environment. Okay, and so however it is you live in your environment is what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so the first thing you'll do is squat. Second, reach. I mean, like, reach your arms overhead. What is one thing? Okay, my grandmother lived in a nursing home for a while and then in assisted living as well. One of the things that you will notice is, what do people do? They stop putting things in high counters or high cabinets because they're worried about them falling. Well, put like boxes of not big spaghettios, a box of Cheerios up in the top counter, or a bag of marshmallows, or their scrub pads. Like, put something up there that they have to grab for, because all of a sudden you realize, and I see this now even just in our normal everyday life, very few people reach above their shoulders. No wonder you have back issues. No wonder you have neck issues. No wonder you can't lift things anymore. You have no deltoid strength. You have no trap strength. And so I worked in an assisted living teaching yoga, and oh my gosh, you would not believe how hard it was for these people to reach their arms overhead. And these people were in PT too. They were in physical therapy on a daily basis. So it's like, why are you not having them reach overhead? So I had them doing this every day. I had homework. I was giving them homework. You need to do your sun salutation of your arms overhead, hands to namaste every day. And you will be so much happier. And your back pain is going to be less too. Okay. So the third one, we have squatting, reaching, bending. You need to bend from the hips, not from the belly, on a daily basis, okay? You need these functional movement patterns. If you don't, you are going to be in pain. This is not anybody's fault, you guys, okay? I'm going to be the bearer of bad news. I'm going to be the nasty radio host that told you something that you didn't want to hear. You have to stop being a victim to your environment. And you have to start making an effort to move more. This is what yoga does for you, you guys. It gets you moving more. It helps you to realize the potential of what you're capable of. And going back to that increased concentration, that decreased stress, decreased pain thing, okay? Once you start realizing that your tight hamstrings are not your legs that they're going to fall off, it's not pain, it's tight hamstrings, pulling and stretching, the fascia pulling itself apart. That's what you're feeling. The result is less pain, but you have to be willing to be in the interim of uncomfortable sensation. Okay, and yoga helps you stay there and be present with that so that you learn and understand that when it happens again in everyday life and you choose to inflict that on yourself in everyday life, it ain't so bad and you actually feel better. So yoga is the gateway for you to get there. And I do this, you guys. I am not just, saying, hey, this seemed like a really good idea to talk about. I work with people with this on a daily basis, you guys, a daily basis. This is not something that I am just telling you because it sounds good for radio. This is something I've actually seen work over and over and over again. I can't vouch for everyone else's yoga classes, but I approach yoga in a very functional way, in a very mindful way. So squatting, reaching, and bending, getting you more mobile, that's my goal. Flexibility, you can be too flexible, but mobility focuses on joints. It focuses on you being able to move at every joint freely. That's my goal for you. And yoga can help you with that. Okay, we are going to take a brief break with a word from my show sponsor, Mother Trucker Yoga, and I will see you guys in a few seconds.
I get it. Who has time to work out anymore, drive to and from class, and then remember what you did to successfully replicate it at home? I found your solution. Mother Trucker Yoga. 3 to 5 minute, short, fun, and effective videos directly pinpointing all your aches and pains associated with long-term sitting and driving. With Mother Trucker Yoga, we get it. We want you to feel better wherever. Find more information at mothertruckeryoga.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning back in. This is Hope Savara, and we are talking about reasons to start yoga, benefits to yoga. Call it whatever you want. We've gone through a few. I'll just run down the list here really quick for those of you that are tuning in. Low impact, stress relief, increased concentration and motivation, decreased pain, better balance and stability, better motivation or movement patterns. Next one, better and more confident posture. You did not hear me misspeak. Better, confident posture. Have you ever gone into a club, a bar, a restaurant, a reunion, a holiday party, the shopping mall, Piggly Wiggly, that's our grocery store, whatever it is, I don't care, okay? And you're like, whoa, this person just exudes and commands the space that they're in. It's like, whoa, all because of their posture. I don't care what their body shape is. I don't care how old they are. Heck, I don't care what they're wearing. But their posture commands presence, your attention. You're intrigued. What is one thing, and you can drop it in the comment section if you're watching this video, What is one thing you notice about people that are depressed? Yeah, you're right. They're hunched forward, hiding their heart. Their head is sunken down. Not exactly a confident posture. It's a self-preservation, protection, don't get close posture. It's going to be really hard for you to get out of that roundabout, off in that merry-go-round of anxiety, depression, poor me, feel bad mentality when that is your posture. This is one thing about why yoga really helped me, is because it really started to rain on my posture. I started standing up taller. I started opening up my chest, which made me breathe more. Okay. The average person breathes with 18% of their lung capacity, which is clavicle breathing. No wonder we're all anxious. Okay. Gets your breath down into your diaphragm, helps you feel more, opens you up to receive energy, positivity, interaction from the people around you. When you come to yoga, they don't say go into your anxiety depression pose. They say stand at attention, tadasana, mountain pose in the moment. And when you do that and then you breathe, it's like this overwhelming rush of confidence and of like, I got this. That's the in the moment. That's the stress relief. That's the concentration, the getting rid of the mental clutter that happens when you do something like that, you guys. So coming into yoga, and for my people that are more experienced yogis, don't brush off mountain pose. I've seen it in classes before. People are like, okay, yeah, mountain pose. Like, let's get on to like the hard stuff. If you don't know mountain pose, you don't know anything about any other asanas, because mountain pose is the blueprint of all the other asanas, all the other yoga poses. So standing at attention, standing tall, bring your shoulders up to your ears and feel them drop back. Relax your front ribs down. Your whole front chest is open. Now take a really big breath with me through the nose. Fill your lungs up. Exhale, breathe out. Feels really good. Now do that for 45, 60, 90 minutes straight. You're going to feel like $1 million. You're going to feel like you can conquer the world, all because you did mountain pose, all because someone telling you stand up straight, stand up tall, lengthen your spine, open your shoulders. And then eventually there's the trickle effect, you guys. You're going to start doing that in life because you're going to be like, oh yeah. My students tell me all the time, I ride with them in the car. Sit up straight, adjust your mirror up rather than down. Okay, I'm in their head. I am in their head. I think that's like the best compliment ever, you guys. Like, I hope I'm in your head very soon if I'm not already. But that's what yoga can help you with. Okay, better sleep. How many of my truckers that are listening struggle with sleep? Drop sleep or some Z's emoji or an emoji of someone sleeping in the comment section. If you are like, yeah, I struggle with sleep, you're not alone. But here's the thing. When the systems in our body are not regulated, when we have shallow breathing, when we haven't done any sort of stress reduction, when we haven't moved a lot, guess what? It's really hard to sleep. Okay. Now, I know if you have a reefer running in the parking lot next to you, that's going to be difficult. But what if you had done some guided meditations to help you be able to detach from that? Okay. Part of meditation is being aware of your surroundings, but being able to stay in the moment. That means you're in the middle of Times Square in New York, meditating, and there is a crazy amount of busyness going around, but you're detached from it. You know it's there, you can hear it, but you're so focused in on your breathing and on the moment that it doesn't matter. I'm not saying it happens the first time, but yoga and meditation really do have the ability to help you do that. And you're just going to sleep so much better. My pregnant women love yoga for that reason. I have so many people that say when they have yoga, they sleep the best that night. And it doesn't take much, 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's all you need. And that's what Mother Trucker Yoga's videos are, 3 to 5 minutes long. Sign me up, baby. All right, next one. Takes the focus off things that don't matter. If you made a list of all of the things that stress you out, make you upset, deter you from your focus, your path, I can bet that the majority of them have nothing to do with you. When you peel it all back, that have nothing to do with you and everything to do with other people and other junk and other stuff and things that you can't control. Okay. So yoga has the ability to take the focus off all that stuff and start to put the focus on you. One of the most gratifying things that yoga has done for me, amongst other things, is I stopped blaming other people. I started to realize that I'm responsible for my own life. Just like in yoga, no one makes you fall because she was breathing too heavy. Like, I'm sorry, no, or distracts you because you're in charge of your own focus and concentration, as much as maybe you don't want to admit it. Okay. You have the ability to start to focus on the things that really matter. And when you start to make that list out, when I started to make that list out, what I started to realize is so much of my anxiety was wrapped around things that didn't happen yet, already happened and I can't change. Other people, the prediction of other people's judgments that I didn't even know that were true, the anticipation of things not being successful, and me constantly worried about what other people think. None of it has anything to do with me. And yoga, when you step onto the yoga mat, there is no cell phone, there is no Instagram, there is no Facebook, there is no Netflix, there is no, your spouse or your kids yelling in your ear. This is you getting focused on what is going on right now in the moment. Then there's the stress reduction, okay? That there's that freedom of just being able to breathe again. You start to realize the things that don't matter in life and you start to step away from them. For me, I don't need to go to the bar every night and spend $50, and that has no value for me. That doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have good relationships with people. What else doesn't matter to me? It also finally am at a place where I don't really care what other people think. Oh my gosh, was that so difficult, because that was so tied into my eating disorder, was worrying about what other people thought of me. I may not have the prettiest Instagram feed. I may not have the best lighting on things. I may have grammatical errors in my blog posts. I may not say Sanskrit names perfectly in yoga, but you know what? My heart's there, and I know that what I'm doing is absolutely amazing and essential and what's a part of my path, and I know that, and I'm thankful for yoga for that. Okay, next one. Improved sex, drive, life, etc. Yes, I did just say that. So insert uncomfortableness now. But here's the deal. Yoga has the potential to help you regulate your hormonal system, your endocrine system, your digestive system, your cardiovascular system, your systems. And when you don't move, things get sluggish. When you're sitting and putting compression down on your reproductive organs all the time, they're not going to work right. Your organs are like sponges. Your organs are stacked in a particular way. And when you sit down and compress on them, it's not going to be good for you. And so you need to move. You need to work the sponges. You need to get circulation going. You need to get lymph going. You need to be able to move your body. Now, I am by no means am endorsing yoga that says tomorrow you're going to be able to get pregnant if you're struggling getting pregnant. But what I am going to say is that yoga definitely is going to increase your ability for those organs to function more optimally. Maybe just a small smidge, maybe a lot. Yoga does have the ability, though, to keep you youthful in the bedroom. Bonus. Okay, next one. It's the gateway to meditation. It is the gateway to meditation. So in yoga, we have what's called the 8 limbs of yoga. And we have yamas and niyamas, pranayama, and asana. Those are the first 3. Pranayama is breathing, okay? And so we prepare ourselves through how we interact with others and ourselves, kind of like the 10 Commandments in Catholicism, but much more broad and a little bit more well-defined. And then we have to learn how to breathe, okay, which is another benefit of yoga. Welcome to breathing. It's kind of important or you're dead. And then we practice asana to get rid of the monkey mind, to get our body limber and mobile so we can sit, so that you can't use I'm uncomfortable when I'm sitting as a reason and an excuse not to practice meditation. And within that, we achieve concentration, we achieve focus, we achieve clarity, we achieve samadhi, which is self-realization, or a better connection with the divine, whatever it is. And this is a process. This is a practice that never ends. And so for those of you that are still stuck in the mentality of give me an orange bottle and in 3 to 5 days I'll be better, you're going to be disappointed when you find out yoga doesn't work that way. In 6 weeks, I'm going to lose 20 pounds and then I never have to do yoga again. I'm sorry, yoga doesn't work that way. You have to commit. You have to keep practicing, and your practice will evolve, but it's going to help you be more intrigued to possibly want to meditate more. And what you will find with meditation and yoga is that giving time to those things, you actually get more time because you're more focused. You're more laser focused. You're a lot more on point. You're less distracted. You're feeling better. You're happier. Who doesn't slay life when they have those things all in check? I definitely do. Okay. Yoga gives you time. That's really my last one, and I kind of just covered that. So yoga gives you more time. I cannot explain it, you guys. But if you go to yoga when you're feeling stressed and busy, and you're going to like, ooh, I shouldn't go, that is the exact reason why you should go. You get revitalized, you get refocused, you get in check with yourself, you're feeling good, and you're going to prioritize life a lot more effectively. And if you're stuck in the poor me mentality in that moment because life is overwhelming, you are going to make better choices afterwards. So sometimes you just need to go. If you're not going to a yoga studio, turn on Mother Trucker Yoga, turn on Hope's online studio, and just do it. Just do it when you don't want to do it. That is one thing I have learned from recovery. You have to do things that you don't want to do when you don't want to do them if you want to get out of the hellhole that you're in. And that's what I was living in. I was living in a hellhole that was awful. And I was slowly dying. Physically, I was literally killing myself slowly. But I was slowly, emotionally, and spiritually and mentally dying. And I had to start doing something different. And yoga became a lifeline for me. And I know maybe you don't have an extreme story like I do, but if you need a lifeline and nothing else has worked, I want to encourage you to try yoga. I want to encourage you to stop with the excuses and try yoga. Because what I have learned is sometimes we put up a front of, ooh, I don't want to do this unless I can be in my jeans, or can I have a beer in my hand, or I need to lose 20 pounds or whatever. Sometimes that's a front. Because inside, deep inside, you actually want to try yoga. You actually want to live that lifestyle. You actually want more peace in your life. You actually want more flexibility. You actually feel like yoga could help you be happier in your life. But you're not allowing yourself to go there. And I want to encourage you to go there. I want to encourage you to get uncomfortable with me for a few moments. Tolerate me, you guys. Humor me, entice me, and try yoga. Okay? If you've already tried yoga and you love it, drop yoga, Y-O-G-A, in the comment section. Let me know. If you're thinking about trying it, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to start doing this. It's a new year, okay? Set a goal that you're going to do a little bit of yoga every single day. And if you don't believe me that you can't do yoga in 3 to 5 minutes, join mothertruckeryoga.com and find out. Join hopesavara.com and find out. Check me out on YouTube. Check Mother Trucker Yoga out on YouTube and find out how it is that you can do yoga every single day. It is simple. It is easy. Anyone can do it. You have to be willing to try. Okay, how can you find out more about me? Check me out on Facebook, hopesavara.com. Check me out on my website, hopesavara.com. You have a question, hope@chromeandsteelradio.com. I would like to thank Jack's Chrome Shop for sponsoring Chrome and Steel Radio. Without them, we would not be possible. If you want to deck out your car, if you want to deck out your rig with some kick butt chrome, use the code DDH10 at jackschromeshop.com and you can pick up some really awesome kick butt stuff for yourself. You'll see the website flash up here right now, jackschromeshop.com. They are also going to be getting some motorcycle parts, and you guys get excited. I would also like to thank BackShield. Without BackShield, we would not be able to offer you guys these great programs. So backshield.com, use the code DDH10 and improve your posture. They have amazing products for your car and your chairs. I have one in my vehicle. I will not travel without it. It helps you sit correctly, and it's the best product I've seen for the vehicle, and it's super cheap. So use the code DDH15. You'll see the link right here, backshield.com, and you can get 15% off and free shipping, you guys. Awesome deal. And who else do I have to give a shout out to? Make sure you go to chromeandsteelradio.com, you guys, and check out the other shows that are available. We have Bill Weaver later today. You can listen to some really amazing music with him, and he just likes to talk, so he's pretty fun. We have the Jack and Dave show on Mondays. We have Road Tested Living on Wednesdays. And Robert, you'll have to excuse me, I think Robert's show is on Friday, Old School meets New School. So check out.
And you've been listening to A Daily Dose of Hope with Hope Savara. Thanks for tuning in.